Vietnam shares closed sharply lower yesterday, the 17th of September, the first day of the week. Vietnam stock market fell in all directions in line with regional stock markets as a result of the U.S. trade war. With the U.S. still insisting on the introduction of a new tariff barrier to China, the VNI of the Ho Chi Minh Stock Exchange will fluctuate between positive and negative throughout the day. 987.02 to 993.83 points before closing at the lowest level of 987.61 points, down 0.38% amid declining trading volume. BCB, minus 1.7%, BID, minus 1.9%, and CTG, minus 1.3%, were also sold by banks, including Victoria, minus 2.0%, real estate companies and BVH, minus 3.8%, from insurance groups. VNM, plus 2.3%, or Vinamilk and energy stocks or gas, plus 0.9%, and Plex, plus 0.8%, as well as TCB, plus 3.2%. The Hanoi Stock Exchange, HNX, moved in negative territory and closed at the lowest close of 112.76 points, down 0.54% on profit-taking. The previous day was ACB, minus 1.5%, and SHB, minus 2.3%. The MACD is moving in the negative area near the low of the day at 51.82 points, down 0.25% on the ACV, minus 1.5%, Haven, minus 1.1%, and VEA, minus 1.9%. Vietnam stock market today. The Vietnam stock market today is expected to remain volatile in the same direction as Asian stock markets this morning. After the management of Mr. Trump, U.S. President, 10% tax on imported goods from China worth $200 billion United States dollars next week. It will increase more than doubled in 2019 and threaten to increase the concentration of measures if China retaliates. However, it is expected that Vietnam's stock index will have a chance to return to the positive support from the swap. After tax news, the outlook is not bad as expected. Foreign investors also started to return to buy net in the market. PGV. Restructuring of the company before the sale of shares to investors interested in 2020. Top management of Power Generation Corp. 3 Co. Limited, Upcom, PGV, or Genco 3. Prepare to restructure the company before the sale to investors in 2020, after the company's shares. It has not received good response from the sale of shares in the market. In the beginning of this year, the restructuring will make the company strong financial position. It will be interesting to investors. Previously, Vietnam Electricity (EVN) expects to receive $1.1 billion United States dollars from the sale of 49% stake to interested investors. This includes 36% stake for strategic investors. But it was not successful, selling 7.45 million shares out of 267 million shares. But there are strategic investors who are interested in the company's shares, such as Taekwing Industrial Co. from South Korea's Nebras Power QSC from Qatar and the other 2 to 4 companies. The company will restructure its debt by $1.25 billion United States dollars by 2020 and sell some of its shares in existing power plants, expected to reach 1.2 trillion Vietnamese dongs next year. Bloomberg, DLG. 5 projects in Ba Ria, Vang Tao, Duc Long GLI Group JSC, DLG, is seeking permission from the People's Council of Ba Ria Vang Province in the south to invest in 5 resorts and industrial zones, including luxury resorts Bin and Phu Quang Buu, Lacan Ecological Tourism Complex, Suyoat Resort and 2 industrial zones. However, the company has not disclosed the investment budget for these projects. Ho Chi Minh City invested 7 trillion Vietnamese dongs, $304 million United States dollars, for the management of 500 hectares of land. It is planned to be used as an apartment project, office building in the low-income home In 2Q18, net profit fell 86% YoY to 2.75 billion Vietnamese dongs. Net income in the same quarter decreased 19% YoY to 727 billion Vietnamese dongs, CAF.